Well, hello there, Pisces. It is so good to see you. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. If it's your first time on the channel, welcome. We're so glad you've joined us. So today we are doing your November general reading. So we'll take a look at the overall energies with the oracle cards, and then we'll move to the tarot to get some more details about any obstacles or areas of resistance, and then finally some advice from Spirit about how you can move through those obstacles a little bit more quickly. All right, so let's see what we have here, Pisces. Stag Spirit, take the lead. Wow, and between worlds. Okay, so here's the message I'm getting. You're kind of stuck in between like the past and the future, right? You're kind of stuck. You got one foot in each world. You're trying to move forward, but you're stuck for some reason. And when we go to the tarot, we'll try to figure that out. But Spirit is saying it's time for you to take the lead. It's kind of like, you know, if you really want this, whatever it is, if you want to move forward, it's time to really kind of get a little bit determined. It's a little bit, Pisces, I'll have to admit, a little bit of tough love energy that I'm getting there. It's kind of like, okay, I'm going to give you the scenario. When I was a child, you had to go to school. There was, you had to have a temperature, right? You had to be really sick in order to stay home. My friends and I always joke about that. And when you were sick and you had to stay home, there was no TV or anything. You stayed in bed all day. You know, you could read. That was about all you could do. And so, you know, you usually went to school because it was so much better than staying in bed all day, unless you were really sick, right? And so I feel like, I remember this one time, I had really been sick. I think I had the chicken pox, and I was out of school for like 10 days or something, you know. And I was feeling better. It was time for me to go back to school, but you know, I was trying to play the sick card. And really, honestly, it was just my anxiety about going back to school after being out of school for so long. And I just remember my mother was like, no, you are going to school tomorrow. You are fine. And it's kind of that energy. It's kind of like you almost have to just give yourself a little bit of a talk. It's kind of like, okay, it's time. It's time, Pisces, to move on, to move into this new energy. So we're going to check this out and see. Yeah. Okay, lovely energy. So you have the Queen of Wands. Wow. Ace of Cups. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Pisces, this is beautiful. This is what your future holds. Stepping into your confidence. I feel like that's it. You're just a little bit still unsure. You know, should I move forward? Do I have what it takes? You know, if I move forward, what am I leaving behind? You know, the past is more familiar than what the future holds, right? And so this is causing a lot of like conflict in your own mind. You know, you're almost second guessing, a sense of second guessing, but it's time to put your love out there. For some of you, this could be romantic or it could be business. It's about, you know, really stepping into your confidence, loving yourself enough that you're willing to go for this victory, whatever it is, because you are going to be successful. You have the courage and the strength to move towards what your heart truly desires. So the Ten of Cups is true fulfillment, abundance, love, you know, connections and purpose in your work, just having everything that you've ever dreamt of. So it's stepping into that energy of having the confidence to say, okay, I'm ready to cross this line and move from my past into my future. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Yeah, look, I feel, you know, there is a little bit of an energy of love here, but I think for a lot of you, it really is in your career and money sector, being very optimistic about your future. So it's kind of like you're on the precipice, right? And you're optimistic about what the future holds, but the energy here is it's time to step into your future, right? It's kind of like my mom saying, it's time for you to go back to school. You're not sick. You're going to be okay. And we've all been in that position, right? Where we were kind of forced into some, you know, going back to school or, you know, being the facilitator of a meeting when we didn't think we were ready, or whatever it is. We've all been in that position, and we know how much anxiety we have until we actually step into that role. And then we step into that role and it's kind of like, oh, that wasn't as bad as I thought. And I feel like that's what Spirit is saying here, is that you're optimistic about your future, but it's time for you to actually take the lead and step into it. Know that that is where you are meant to be. So let's go ahead and clarify this. This is beautiful energy. It really and truly is. Yeah, look at this. Yes. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. So for some of you, it could be a relationship, but even if it's not a relationship, there has been some disappointment. That's what's holding you back. Okay. Because you've had some disappointment in the past. So you're kind of like, well, I'm very optimistic about my future, but I don't want to be disappointed again. So you're kind of like holding yourself back instead of going for what your heart is truly desiring. The Lover's card is the old tarot choice card. So it's about making choices that are based on what your heart desires, not what your fears are saying up in your mind. So you're kind of stepping into this energy, okay, of understanding, okay, well, what happens if I choose what my heart desires and then my heart is broken again? It's about having the confidence to know that, if, let's think about it, right? If my mother had let me continue to stay home until I felt ready, okay, to go to school, I may never have left the first grade, because I think that was the first grade. I would still be in the first grade, right? And so it's kind of this energy of sometimes we don't think we're ready, and yet at the same time we really are. And I feel like that is what Spirit is saying. You are ready for this next step. You have done the healing, and so now it is time to put your fears of being disappointed to the side and to really and truly step into what your heart desires. Because look at what you have here. You have the Ten of Cups, you have the Death, and then you have the Star. So the Death card is Scorpio season. You are a fellow water sign with Scorpio, and Scorpio season is all about recognizing that endings bring new beginnings. Whatever has ended in the past, okay? This difficult energy, right? Whatever has ended in the past is now bringing in this beautiful new energy of everything your heart desires in the Ten of Cups. I mean, it's beautiful. It's just this energy of, it's your spirit guides and angels just saying, Pisces, you are ready. You've done all the prep work, right? You've done all of the healing. You have come into this beautiful energy of being optimistic about your future, but it's time to just step into your future, because here is your obstacle. Okay, so we have the 10 of Wands and we have family. It's time to put down the burden of what your family may think about either this relationship or this career choice or this new adventure you want to go on. It's a time to put down the burdens of what your family may think or say, and to do what your heart truly desires, going back to that Lover's energy. And I can really kind of resonate with this. Let's see what comes here. Yeah. Okay, so what you have here is you have been working really hard. I really feel like this is more in your career sector, but it can be in love. But you've been working really hard. You're coming to a crossroads where you need to really step up to the plate to perhaps say you have been working really hard on a side business, right? And now you're coming into a decision to quit your primary job that helps to pay the bills, right? Or has been paying the bills, into taking your side business and making that your primary source of income. So you've been working, say you've been working 6 months or a year, you have some good income, but now you want to just focus on your side business instead of trying to divide your time, right? But you're concerned that your family, okay, is not going to celebrate this. They're going to be kind of like, what are you doing, Pisces? Or you could be concerned, okay, that you may not have quite enough money and that for some reason this is a burden of unworthiness that maybe you have had since childhood. So say, when you were growing up, you wanted to be an artist, but your parents said, no, you have to go into the business world, so that, or have some type of a job. So say you wanted to be an artist, but you became a dental hygienist, okay? And the dental hygienist has been a wonderful opportunity for you to have, financial stability in your life. But over the last 6 months or a year, you've been working on the side on your art and selling it, online or in galleries or something like that, to the point where you're now willing to quit your dental hygienist job in order to just focus on your art. There could be, there is perhaps a little bit of concern from your family. Are you going to be able to continue, paying your own bills? You may be, at this crossroads, you may be even asking, I think I'm going to be okay, but if I'm not, can you support me a little bit? It's this energy of not putting too much emphasis on what your family is thinking or saying about this decision that you are making. And really stepping into having the courage, the confidence in yourself, knowing that when you are putting out your love and light to the world, your spiritual gifts, your creative abilities, that you will be compensated in one way or another. The money will find its way to you. And so it's really kind of an interesting message here. For some of you, you are very concerned about what your family thinks about this decision of yours. Almost I'm getting a sense of judgment, feeling judged perhaps by your family. So, okay, so let's go to your advice. Yeah, stepping into your power, allowing this past cycle to end. Okay, you have the death card twice, so I really feel like this is happening in Scorpio season. You're allowing the end of one cycle to lead you into the beginning of a new cycle. So once again, you're ending your career as a dental hygienist and truly stepping into your career as an artist. If it's a relationship, right? You're kind of perhaps ending that healing time that you took to step into a new relationship. And you could be feeling, even some pushback from your family. Perhaps if you have children, your children could be a little bit concerned about, this new relationship that you're bringing in, or you're just concerned, okay, what your family may think or your children may think. So let's clarify this. This is lovely energy of just, just knowing. It's almost, okay, so they're giving me another scenario, which is kind of interesting. Training wheels on a bicycle. When I was a kid, you had the training wheels on your 2-wheel bicycle and you had them on for a while. And really, honestly, you got to the point where you were riding the bike and not really using the training wheels, right? And then your parents would say, okay, it is time to take the training wheels off. And you were kind of like, no. You could have been, some kids want them off right away, right? You could have been, no, I like that safety net. It's kind of like the training wheels are the safety net. And then finally, one of your parents may have said, no, that's it. They're coming off, and they take off the training wheels. They can see that you are riding the bike and you're not really using the training wheels. You don't have, maybe you didn't have the confidence, right? But it's almost that same energy that the divine is looking down and saying, Pisces, you were so ready for this next chapter. It's kind of like, you don't need 100 safety nets. You don't need your training wheels anymore. You are really and truly ready for this. So I love this message. It's really a message of encouragement from the divine to let you know that you are ready for this. I have my deck upside down. So let's see what we have. Yeah, you're blocking. Okay, you are blocking your own happiness, bringing in what it is that you truly want for yourself. So here you are, you're in your independence, you're shining, right? You're wishing upon a star. The only thing that is blocking it is your own sense of burden, of being concerned about what other people think, or for some of you, you may be a little bit concerned about the financial aspects of this. It's really interesting because Gemini, and we do have a lover's energy here, the Gemini energy, had a somewhat of a similar energy of just not believing, that this is really coming true for you. It's almost as if you have a dream coming true. You are really stepping into perhaps the career or the relationship that you have been really wanting for some time. It's that you don't believe yet, okay, that you're ready for this, that you're healed enough, or you're an entrepreneur enough, or you're artistic enough, or your spiritual gifts are good enough. It's almost as if you have to give yourself a little loving push to understand, no, you're ready for this. And look, once again, I'm going to say, you have the strength and the courage in order to see the victory and bring in what it is that you truly want for yourself. So let's pull a soul truth card for you. And Pisces, I do personal readings. So if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. So let's see what we have here. Does my life have room for more pleasure and play? In what area are you lacking pleasure right now? Maybe in certain relationships or with work. Is it possible to shift the seriousness of life to experiencing a more creative, wild, and playful side of you? And, the energy that I'm getting there with that is, a little bit about dropping the burdens. You may, your family may have put you or people in your life may have put you in this energy of feeling like it has to look a certain way before I can quit my job or before I can get a new relationship, right? It's almost as if you're being really serious about it, but it is this a little bit of stepping back into that childlike wonder and just saying, you know what, I really am ready for this. I'm ready to step into this future instead of just keep talking about it or making checklists, that I have to, this certain criteria or something like that. There's this energy of, no, I'm ready for this. So why am I delaying the joy, the happiness that I will have once I step across this threshold and into my bright new future? All right, well, I'm going to leave it there. Pisces, lovely message. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please consider commenting, or subscribing. And I really wish you so much love and light in this situation and all your situations. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.